For the background of our topic, sausages are processed meat products that require a casing to maintain their shape during processing and cooking. These casings can be either natural, which are derived from animal intestine, or artificial, such as collagen or synthetic materials. Natural casings are widely used because they are elastic and edible. Among them, pork intestines are commonly used in the food industry due to their strength, flexibility, and low cost. However, in Islam, pork and all its derivatives are considered haram, including intestine used as food ingredients or processing aids. The use of pork intestine as sausage casings therefore raises serious halal concerns, especially when product labeling is unclear. In addition, cross-contamination during processing may lead to unintentional consumption of non-halal products. Therefore, understanding the use of pork intestine in sausage production is important to ensure halal compliance and protect Muslim consumers.
Issues involve microbiological risk, high risk of contamination by pathogens like Salmonella, Escherichia coli, and Campylobacter. Insufficient cleaning and handling may allow fecal residues to remain, cross-contamination in slaughtering and casing processing. Intestinal tissues involve intensive cleaning, salting, and preservation to decrease any microbial hazard. Hygiene control and cold chain handling are critical for safety. Inadequacies in sanitation lead to the spread of foodborne disease.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nina Adriana binti Shamsuddin, and for this part of the presentation, I will discuss the issues involved in the use of pork intestine as sausage casing, focusing on the halal and religious compliance aspect. In Islam, pork and olive derivatives are considered haram, which means they are strictly prohibited. These include every part of the pig, such as meat, fat, skin, and also the intestine. Therefore, sausage casing made from pork intestine are not halal, even if sausage filling itself uses halal meat. Processing methods such as cleaning, salting, or preservation do not change the halal status of pork-based materials. Another important issue is najis mukhalaza, which refer to severe impurities. Pork intestine can cause serious cross-contamination during processing, and once contamination occurs, the entire product becomes non-halal, unless proper ritual cleansing is performed. Because of this reason, food products that use pork intestines as casing cannot receive halal certification. This is important to protect Muslim consumers and also ensure compliance with Islamic dietary laws.
The usage of pork in sausage casing based on Islamic law was clearly and explicitly because in Al-Quran that already stated in Surah Al-Baqarah, the prohibition on all parts of pig, including the intestine itself. Islamic jurisprudence consensus ijma on pig was najis mughallazah, and the pork intestine as sausage casing renders the entire food product a haram even though the meat filling are halal. The treatment also does not remove the haram status of food product, and the principle of istihalah also is not applicable because the food product remains pork. While based on halal regulatory perspective, the Malaysian halal standards strictly prohibit any pig-derived materials include in all any stage of production. The usage of pork intestine also in food are not eligible to apply halal certification.
Today, I'm going to discuss a specific but important Islamic dietary ruling, the use of pork intestine as sausage casing. The foundation of this ruling starts with the Quran. In Surah Al-An'am, verse 145, Allah explicitly described the flesh of swine as rich, which means impure, unclean, or an abomination. Because of this, pork is strictly forbidden for consumption. The prohibition extends to every single part of pig, include the hair, bone, skin, and the intestine used for casing. Unlike other animals that become halal through proper Islamic slaughter, a pig remains najis no matter how it is handled. In Islamic law, pork falls into the most severe category of impurity, which is najis mughallazah. Only two animals that fall into this category, which is dog and pig. To understand how serious this is, we look at a hadith from Sahih Muslim. The Prophet Muhammad, instructed that if a dog licks a utensil, it will be washed 7 times, and one of those times must be with salt. Through Kias, scholars apply this same level of heavy impurity to pork. This means that anything pork touch is considered contaminated and require a specific rigorous purification process. So, what is the final ruling on pork intestine casing? They are absolutely haram, prohibited, for four key reasons. First, it's part of the animal. Since every part of the pig is forbidden, the intestines are no exception. Second, because pigs are classified as najis mughallaza. Third, it's permanent. No amount of industrial cleaning, process, or chemical can change this. They remain permanently impure. Lastly, direct contact. The casing touch the meat inside, so even if the meat filling is chicken or beef, the pork casing makes the entire sausage forbidden to eat.
I will explain the identification method and halal ruling of pork intestine used as a sausage casing. Pork intestine are natural casing derived from pigs. After processing, visual identification is unreliable. Therefore, identification begins by checking the ingredient list and label declaration, such as terms like porcine or pork casing. This is supported by supplier and traceability documents as well as halal certification audits. For confirmation, the most accurate method is DNA analysis using polymerase chain reaction or PCR, which can detect pig DNA even in processed product. From an Islamic perspective, pork is classified as haram lizatihi, meaning it is inherently prohibited and it is also considered as najis mughalaza. As a result, no processing method can make pork intestine halal. Therefore, any sausage using pork casing is ruled haram even if the meat filling itself is halal.